This one, when I did it on top of social media today, people don't talk or tire. People don't talk for this matter. Then say Nigerian man catches suspect who allegedly stole his pregnant. I begin to look and say this one where they share be small, you know. Hi, this country, somebody allegedly catch Baba man will be say in thief a pregnant goat. Don't comment on that video tire. They say nothing Musa no go see forget you which one be say allegedly why he go grab person with still impregnant goat. So waiting the man they still pregnant goat for. Some people say no send a better business. When he grab am like that, he go do it. He go keep am. He go born many pikin for am. No be smarty, no. We get it at a food, we get a procure them. On top of this matter, where we they talk so, Tori where they gram on top of social media. Now there you go see Orishirishi. Now there you go hear Orishirishi. Now there you go see etc. where they share. Alright, this one where we want to enter. So he said finally got my bike. Congratulations to me. BB Niger Fina shows off her new bike. As the baby they display that in bike, so somebody say when I get money for this country, imagine what you go to take money by. Somebody say I love it, so that one say congratulations. Somebody say be very careful with it too, very heavy and dangerous. Hey, the people, somebody say see this one. Share you sure say your weight to go fit to carry that bike. I bet that person go to help you the rider. Alright, the Super Falcons, the ladies, we don't make us proud for the 10th time. No be smarty, no. When I see that match, I learned so many things from that match. When people day 2 goes down, hey, before you know it, 2-1 enter. Before you know it, 2-2 enter. Before you know it, 3-2. Now, with the talk we see for this life, where we day, not just believe, say, all hope is lost too. When that time where it is, say, hope, do they again. Hope will fit to do it. If you work, I can knock your door, enter. If you don't even knock sometimes, you go just break the door, enter. You go say, hope, now you be this, you go grab him himself or grab you. When I see as that match take end now from 2-0 down. When then come back like this, 2-1. When then not 2-2. Before you know it, 3-2. Come make them the 10th winner, the WAFCON. Then lift the trophy high. Then flog the Atlas Lioness of Morocco. Babes try you. You get one picture where I see, one video where I see after the match. One lady like that will be saying for carry camera. Now so tears they pour down for her eye. She don't even know how she go take put eye for camera again. Tears don't fool for eye finish. But nothing do am. Now so life will be. You win some, you lose some. Not our fault to say God butter our bread. Super Falcons captain Rashida Tajibade and the vice captain Chiamaka Nnadozie present the 10th Women African Cup of Nations trophy. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and First Lady Senator Tinubu at the State Banquet Hall. No be small thing. This one, the video don't full everywhere on top of social media. Where our president lift the team up. They pray for them. They assure them, make them no worry. Everything go sweet. No be small thing though for that to comment, She don't go on for that to comment too. No be small thing. No be small thing. People say congratulations. People say congratulations. They don't congratulate Super Eagles to them tire. At least that they make our country proud. And then they lift our country up for the matter. I really they praise those people. Then try to be small because me self, when the team don't reach 2-0, I begin look myself, say this match and these girls then play. I don't know, say we deserve God of 11th hour. And I don't know, say they are coming back. Now God will be say, he don't go prepare them for second half of the enter, they do it in fuck 'em. Then show the world, say this now the reason why them call us waiting. The Super Falcons. With the fly you, with the fly well. So make una do waiting. Make una bet una self. Alright, so my people, I don't close curtain on top this one. We be to where they ground on top our social media. Say make I give on a shinking to read today. But tomorrow, I don't prepare the ones where we go talk. And tomorrow again, another Tori go don't do it. He go don't climb on top himself because Tori no the feeling on top our social media. Alright, I did everybody where they hear me. Everybody where they hear me. I say it go better for me, it go better for you, it go better for all of us. And my people will gather the studio here with me, my engineer Mikey. The salute to my person there. Where did they translate it? They go. Olamide himself, Mr. Olamide. I just say, and I told this man where they hear, when I go hear him voice now. The man will be the Tatafo of sports because by 5 in go Wakakom will be the Jude Achilles. Now, no worry, all of them don't turn that inside studio. Now, one after the other, then go the match in. 5 for my people, sports go take over. So, make on go anywhere. My people, today, on see as it take be. Babango, don't direct us. God, don't give us a way to move. I salute everybody who call me today. People who send text, I give a salute. I salute for everybody. Tomorrow, now, another day. I beg you, try make you safe out there. Make you do it, make you watch, make you stay. If you dey come out, step person where you dey go. No be say you go dey come out, you go say you dey come, but you go. I dey come, no be anywhere. Say see where I dey go, so that them go know. Say see where you dey. My people, tomorrow na another day. By His will, God will guide us till tomorrow, when we go meet again, when we go hear the voice again. Honorable Judo, Mama, we know the fumble, we know the wumble. My people, una say go be odabo. Kachifono, kachibo, tomorrow na another day. My people, una bye, Gary.
Number 1 for today's hits and all-time favorites. Welcome to Champion FM 90.7,
where the beat never stops.
the period never drop.
Good vibe,
Great show.
and music to lift you up.
Champion FM, don't touch that dial.
Ìfẹ́ mi dárí mi, ọmọdé ń ṣe mí, àfarawé ò ṣe tèmi, kájà dúró ni mo wá rí, mo ti sọ tẹ́lẹ̀ rí ìgboro rẹ̀ ń rí ìjàkadì ló mú níṣẹ́ káró orí ó gbọ́pọ̀ ṣiṣẹ́ bí n bá fà á wọn ló lè bí n bá túlẹ̀ wọn ló rọ̀ bí n dúró wọn máa mẹ́rin bí n bá sá wọn ni mo kéré àwa lọ àwa bọ̀ ohun wọn kọ́ para wọn ohun wa ní ìlànà ní tèmi dùn. Àwẹ̀lẹ̀ wà foríjì mi mo làkàkà kí n tó débi rírọ̀ mẹ́tẹ̀ ò ṣe dé mi níbi líle lọ́kùnrin ìfẹ́ rẹ̀ ṣàlódúró tì mí ó dúdú ó funfun ó pupa ìfẹ́ rẹ̀ ṣàlómúnú tù mí nínú. Ìfẹ́ mi dáríjì mí ọmọdé ń ṣe mí àfárá òwe ò ṣe tèmi kádà dúró ni mo wá rí mo ti sọ tẹ́lẹ̀ rí gbòòrò máa rẹ̀ ń rí ìjàkadì ló mú níṣẹ́ káró orí ó gbọ́pọ̀ ṣiṣẹ́ bí n bá fà á wọn ló lè bí n bá túlẹ̀ wọn ló rọ̀ bí n dúró wọn máa mẹ́rin bí n bá sá wọn ni mo kéré àwa lọ àwa bọ̀ ohun wọn kọ́ para wọn ohun wa ní ìlànà ní. Àwẹ̀lẹ̀ wà foríjì mi mo làkàkà kí n tó débi rírọ̀ mẹ́tẹ̀ ò ṣe dé mi níbi líle là ń bọ́kùnrin ìfẹ́ ṣàlódúró tì mí ó dúdú ó funfun ó pupa ìfẹ́ rẹ̀ ṣàlómúnú tù mí nínú ẹ̀rùn àtòjò bàtà ìlera bí n bá fà á wọn ló lè bí n bá túlẹ̀ wọn ló rọ̀ bí n dúró wọn máa mẹ́rin bí n bá sá wọn ni mo kéré àwa lọ àwa bọ̀ ohun wọn kọ́ para wọn ohun wa ní ìlànà ní tèmi tèmi. Àwa lọ àwa bọ̀ tèmi ló jẹ́ lálọ́ ni o gbogbo ìgbà tí ó wá lọ mo mọ̀ ó padà wá.
Discover and enjoy music that touches the soul and moves the body on Champion 90.7 FM.
Butler with the move. Green. Curry. Three. Grand Prix is underway.
The action is real.
Turn by Dewey.
The adrenaline is pumping.
Crowd on fire.
And sports is never ending. Enjoy the ultimate showdown in sports talks and updates on champion sports with the CCC on the MIC. Kufre Ekpe on Champion 90.7 FM. Join in every Monday to Friday from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. as we bring you the latest scores, breaking news, and analysis and perspectives from the world of sports. Whatever your fix is, we've got you covered. Get informed, get involved, and stay top of your game. Champion Sports on Champion 90.7 FM with Kufre Ekpe. Ignite the fire within you. Don't miss it.
If you don't like them, I'm sure your sister will.
Hey, baby, you want to go out?
It's the Cool Calm Collection.
The best players always follow the best players. Want to be top of the game because the other ones, they are there. Cannot rest, sleep because the other one can pass you.
There's a lot of young fighters right now. What I have done in boxing, I contributed a record for decades.
The only person that can come at this moment is somebody with the experience of African football.
There's no problem with challenging any fighter in the heavyweight division. Each fighter has to motivate you. They have to make you want to get better during training camp.
In the international competition, Champions League, Confederations Cup, it's a long time that Nigerian club went until the finals.
From what I have seen, the qualities of players and the level of the development of the game, I would give a national team just about 40%, which is not a bad thing.
Anthony Joshua, I want to fight you. I want to knock you out in the first round. I want to fight you. Stop talking nonsense.
It's that time for sports once again on Champion 90.7 FM. Good evening, folks. Good to have you join us on Tuesday's edition of Champion Sports on the radio station that ignites the fire within you. We'll bring you good tidings from the ever-busy world of sports. We'll definitely cover the latest happenings in the world of sports. Starting with the Super Falcons, we have the Chan Eagles getting ready for the 2025 edition of the African Nations Championship, as well as other happenings in the world of sports. So stay with us right here, and you're equally invited not only to listen to us, but also to have your say on whatever tickles your fancy, from what we'll be talking about today or whatever's been happening in sport in the last 24 hours or thereabout. Once again, welcome one, welcome all. Hope you had a nice day. For those of you who have gotten home, I know it's rush hour or the evening rush hour, and we're all scampering to see how we can get home quickly so we can go rest, refresh, reinvigorate ourselves, and get ready for tomorrow's business. But before that, let's do the business of Champion Sports today. Okay, my name is Kufre Ekpe, the CCC on the MIC, and Jude Achilles, Radio Hercules, is with me this evening. Let's have fun with you together. Welcome to the show, Hercules.
Yeah, Kufre, good evening. And good evening to our listeners out there.
I saw you at the Super Falcons party last night in Abuja, digging it and having spectacular fun with the Super Falcons. How did it go?
Yeah, of course, it went well. It was great, hanging out with them. dancing to Flavor and Timmy Dakolo,
Tenny,
yeah, and also
Fido.
yeah, Abiodun was there. I just needed that, just to mix with them.
Which Abiodun? Is it Olamide Abiodun, our own Arujile here, or which Abiodun?
Our own here now.
Our own, so
together.
you guys went to Abuja without me?
We went to Abuja together now.
Because of the girls, the ladies, you guys went to see last night. I lost my voice here on Saturday night, and you guys didn't go with me.
Well, sorry, we represented you there.
I can see Olamide pointing to the inscription on his shirt. Champions.
Yes. Mission
Champions
X.
of Ogijo football community. But, I mean, yesterday the Super Falcons came back from Morocco. Yesterday they had the Boss Trophy Parade.
Yeah.
Yesterday they had the presidential reception for them. Yesterday they were handsomely rewarded for writing history. Yeah. Yesterday there was an after party for the Super Falcons. All these events, one day. And now, guys, listen, I do not have any issue with how they were rewarded and what they were rewarded with. But I'm saying these are African champions and these are human beings, okay? And it's a very wonderful opportunity to milk, okay, by the presidency, by the sport ministry or the National Sport Commission, by the Nigeria Football Federation and other ministries, that will be involved in planning such event. Why rush everything today? We spoke about it yesterday, and we said that the girls are not in a hurry to get back to their respective clubs. Even if the club, the season is in session, they will give them a couple of days to rest because they were in the competition from the first day until the last day. Yes. All right. So, I mean, it is normal protocol, procedure that they are not, to come back to their respective clubs immediately after they had won for their country. They will give them a few days. So, they're still around. So, we'll rush everything in one day. That's my question. Before we go to that, are you satisfied with the rewards that were given to the girls yesterday? For the players, 33 of them, 100,000 each. You said $100,000 each. That's about 153 million naira. 3-bedroom flats. National Award, OON. What else? I mean, we saw monetary contributions from all 36 states governors, courtesy of the Governors Forum. 10 million each from each governor, and that's 360 million naira from all of the governors, all of the states towards the Super Falcons. Some players of the Super Eagles, led by Captain William Troost Akong, also contributed, all of them 24 million naira. And I was saying on a different platform this morning, my independent show, that we're expecting the captains of industries to also come on board, likes of Dangote, Lumelu, and Co. Definitely. They will do theirs. But, I mean, are you satisfied with everything, rewards that the ladies and the technical crew got yesterday?
Of course, I am, Kufri. I'm super excited. I'm just happy for them. A laborer is worthy, of his wages. So that's what we're saying. They put in the work, they put in the effort. It's Nigeria on the continental map here we're talking about, and you know what these girls did. They brought glory, they brought honor to the nation. Of course, they should be honored, and that was what we saw yesterday. It was a very good move by the presidency. We must say that. And prior to this time too, there's something I want to say for it. Before, I think it was before the South Africa, the game against the Bayana of South Africa, when the president said that they've approved, their money.
The backlog.
Yes, they approved that the girls should be paid. These are the things we've been anchoring for. These are things we've been pushing. Because these things are impetus. They give girls impetus to go the extra miles to do
inspires them, motivates
We also
them.
saw that too from Cote d'Ivoire. I think that was the motivation that led to them defeating Nigeria in that final, when they were also told that if they win, they will be awarded. Of course, when they won that final against Nigeria, they were eventually awarded with national honors, with different cash prizes. So these things are good for players when especially when they represent the country the way they should. They put in a lot of work, and 100K dollars that was given to them, so much money. Of course, they deserved it. They worked for it, and the apartment as well, and other donors. Everything. I was really excited. I just felt that it was their moment. They should leave the moment. They should release the moment, and also enjoy the moment. It's historic, right? The 10th. The story here, I would have wanted it, more amplified in a more grandiose, way.
There should have been a week long. I don't know. Maybe they had their reasons for that, but I thought that we're talking about the number one women's national team in the country, not just any country, but Nigeria, the giants of Africa. We're talking about the best playing footballing nation when it comes to women's football on the continent, and not just winning it for the first time.
Yeah, not the second time.
Iconically winning it for a 10th time. So let's have a week-long event to celebrate. Might not be 7 days, could be 3 days, could be 4 days, but not rush everything in one day. That's my grouse with how the presidency or the planners planned all of that. I told you before we came into the studio, I was impressed how they were able to pull all of those stars to come perform for them and all of that. So fine. But this is not to say, this is a warning, this is not to say because the presidency has given each of the players $100,000, that's over 150 million naira each, and that the Super Falcons players will not get their own share of the $1 million prize money for winning the competition that CAF will give the Nigerian Football Federation. $1 million, that is over 1 billion naira. That is plenty of money, and the girls deserve a share of those spoils. And then whatever the NFF wants to do, especially for the development of women's football in the country, they also need to set aside a part of that money for that. But let's piggyback on how we started. One thing I've learned from those who taught me this job, those I've learned from, is that approval is different from release of funds. Approval of funds is different from release of funds. Stating that you will give someone XYZ is different from even approval of those funds. So what the presidency has done is to say, we'll give you XYZ. That's the first phase.
Yeah.
The second one will be, the different bodies in charge of releasing the funds or approving, and that is one. Yeah. Then the last one will be releasing the funds to the player. So it's going to take a process.
Yeah.
Because the financial body of the federal government in charge of collating the account details of these girls, not just last night distributing money to them. No, it will take time. It will take time to get perhaps their dollar accounts, or if they want the currency to be converted to naira and sent to the naira account. No, it will take time, and I hope taking that time will not deprive these girls what they have been promised. There's plenty of experience, plenty of antecedents.
Yes.
Some members of the 1994 AFCON winning squad are yet to receive some of the things they were promised.
Yeah.
1994, 1980 AFCON winning golden Green Eagles. I'm not sure, but you know that the mathematical Segun Odegbami, Dr. Segun Odegbami, has been clamoring, has been fighting, for some of them to be given what they were promised back in the day. All of that. Hopefully, it will not be like that for Super Falcons this time around.
we love the pageantry, love the pomp, the excitement, the party like atmosphere. We're all excited for them yesterday. I mean, we saw them dance to, the songs coming out from Tenny, Flavor. We've seen plenty of videos. I mean, some of these clips are watched on the internet and all of that. But let the right things be done until the end, up until the end for these girls, because they've not brought sorrow, sadness, or they've not brought bad name to the country, but they've done something great, something historical, something iconic that we're going to talk about for a very long time. And they've placed the name of the country on global map. Yeah. Not just the African media covering this, world media as well. And so hopefully the presidency will do right until the end, ensuring that they got everything that they were promised. All right. Jude, let's talk about aftermath of that final. Yesterday we talked about the fact that Oge Vildal, the coach of Morocco, wasn't excited about how Vildal denied them their penalty. What are we hearing? We understand that the Royal Moroccan Football Association or Federation has escalated the situation.
Yeah, they have. I think now I'll have to come back side with you on your thoughts yesterday that I think
that Oge was a sore loser.
Yes, Oge was a sore loser. And I think there's really no point here. It's okay for you to contest certain decisions. Stretching it's then it's pointless. I think this is just to the extreme. The game is gone. We've seen situations in football where these things happen. You talk about it and you move on, right? But coming back to want to make it a case, make it a subject, then it doesn't make any sense. You can't take away the shine of the victory of the Super Falcons, because as it is now, I think media will want to feast on this, amplify all of these things, but then it doesn't make any sense in my opinion. And they have their own part as well. We were talking about the lesser light as well. So these are concerns, and no one is talking about it. We're trying to use this now, as an alibi. But Oge, talking about the penalty that was overturned by VAR, but that VAR is there. It wasn't just the referee here. Of course, had earlier made the call, but she consulted the VAR, and the VAR overturned the call. So this is a technology, for God's sake, the technology. And since the inception of the tournament, they've been having penalties. Most of the goals that they scored, was from the spot kicks, and because now it's against them, they feel, they're feeling so bad, and they just want to make a case out of it. So I feel they're terrible at losing. Actually, they're terrible at losing. I didn't expect this from them. I just felt that it's football. It's the game. I understand that playing in the final for 2 times,
and losing.
I understand the odds. That was what I was saying from yesterday when you said it. I was saying that position that is really painful. It's hard to take in, when you lose, especially in a moment that should have changed everything for them. I understand, but stretching it, I think is just not necessary.
I was just telling you, there's nothing CAF can do. Even if Morocco decides to lodge the complaint to CAF, it will be investigated. Even if the outcome favors them, there's no way the result of that game will be cancelled or replayed, or Nigeria will forfeit it and Morocco will be named. No, nothing like that will happen. And sore losers. I mean, yes, it's painful, like you said, that twice getting to the final of the AFCON, twice losing on home soil can be very, very painful and all of that. But they need to just soak it up and move on. Not that they were extremely perfect all through the competition.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you lead 2-0 and bottle that?
He also gave an excuse for that too. He gave an excuse. He said that fatigue actually, affected them in the second half. So that was his excuse. But
so whose fault?
I don't know. Whose
After
fault.
45 minutes. Yes, they did very well. They caught a lot of space, a lot of ground during the first 45 minutes to deny the Super Falcons playing what they wanted to play.
Yeah, it's also it's owing to Oge's style of play. This high intensity football. You're going to lose a lot of energy. Of course, these things will definitely happen. So I don't know. I don't understand what Oge is saying.
All right, let's leave there. Once again, congratulations to the Super Falcons of Nigeria. I mean, good one for them. Very soon we're going to have qualifiers for the next World Cup and the next FIFA Women's World Cup. So very soon we will see the Super Falcons and all national teams that we saw on duty, and maybe those who couldn't make it, the likes of the Indomitable Lionesses of Cameroon, the Elephants of Cote d'Ivoire, and others will definitely participate in the qualifiers. Let's see what will happen. Okay, let's leave there and talk about from one national team to another. I mean, very soon we're going to have to start supporting the Super Eagles because the CHAN competition is now 2nd of October, 2nd of August will be the commencement of the 2025 or 2024 competition edition that will take place in Kenya, Uganda, and of course Tanzania, August 2 to 30. And we understand that the Confederation of African Football has announced a record $10.4 million CHAN prize money. That'll be huge, huge money and it's going to be spread cascade from top to bottom.
Yeah.
For participating, for qualifying for the competition, you will get something. For even finishing last in your group, you will get something. And for winning, obviously, so everybody participating at this competition, we're talking about 19 teams, including the host nations, the co-host nations, Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda. Everyone will go home with some dollars.
Yeah, Kufre, I think I really, it's a laudable move from CAF, exactly what we saw, at the WAFCON as well. What Mosepe, and his team, are doing really great, trying to elevate, this, the game with these benefits. So it's really great. The higher you go, the higher you pay. And of course, that would drive some level and spirit of competitiveness. Those, before now, probably they would have been playing the competition without this extra effort. Now there's something to play for, something to fight for, something to push you, and not just playing, but there is this reward at the end of the day. So it's really fantastic, Kufre. I must tell you, I love the whole idea, the whole thinking behind all of the things and what it will do for African football, not just African football, this particular competition, and for these players, they are their own base players, they're not foreign based players. So this, of course, is a good one for them. It's something to really play for. We understand
that $3.5 million will go to the eventual champions. The last champions, the team that won the last edition, Senegal, did not get that much. They got about 25%, about $2 million US. Okay, so this time around, almost 1.5 million added to that. So 3.5 million naira will go, dollars rather, will go to the winner of this edition of the CHAN. The winner up will receive 1.2 million US. Third place will get $700,000, and fourth place will get 100,000 naira lesser than that. That's 600,000 lesser naira, 600,000 US respectively. All right. Each of the 4 losing quarterfinalists will also get money, $450,000, while teams that finish 3rd or 4th in their respective groups will receive either 300,000 or $200,000, depending on their group formats, whether you have 5 teams in your group or 4 teams in your group as well. The bottom placed teams in the 5-team groups will each go home with $200,000. The prize distribution caters to all 19 participating teams and is designed to reward even early stage participants, and that is very, very good. Yesterday, we told you that the Super Eagles team under the tutelage of Eric Chell will play a friendly with Zanzibar. That friendly took place and it ended 1-1. All right, it ended 1 today. The boys are back in training. And of course, the competition, like we told you, will take place, kick off this Saturday, August 2nd, in Tanzania. And the opening game will be between Tanzania and Burkina Faso. Let's just quickly breeze through, the important details you need to know. we're going to have 4 cities host matches of the 2024 Chan competition. Dar es Salaam in Tanzania, Zanzibar City in Tanzania as well, Kampala in Uganda, and Nairobi in Kenya. All right, these are the cities that will host the matches of the 2024 African Nations Championship. Looking at the qualified teams, Morocco, they've won the competition twice. All right. Guinea as well will participate. Senegal have won the competition once, last time in 2022. Mauritania were quarterfinal in 2022. They're back. Niger Republic, Burkina Faso, Nigeria, and in there, this will be their 4th appearance at the competition. They were runners-up in 2018. I think they were defeated by Morocco, who won that. Sudan. Let's look at this group, Jude. What do you think the prospect of the home-based Super Eagles will be in this group?
Well, I think they can advance. The clear threat here, from just from looking at it, it's different when they play. From looking at it, you can tell that the Super Eagles, the Shan, the Shan team, they would progress with Senegal. That of course is definitely going to be an easy pick, but it's a different ball game entirely on the pitch. But I just hope that they get out of the group. So that's it.
Nigeria played their first game on the 5th of August. That will be 3 days after the commencement of the competition, and they are taking on the defending champions, the Young Teranga Lions of Senegal. That will be a litmus test for the boys. They need to scale this hurdle, ensure they do not lose against Senegal. All right, that is very important. The second game against Sudan, August 12th, and the last in the group will take place a week after that game against Sudan, when they take on Congo DR. Most of these games, all of the games for the home-based Eagles, will take place 8 p.m. Nigerian time at night in Zanzibar, Tanzania. All right, Zanzibar City as well as Dar es Salaam, but all of the games will take place in Tanzania. Okay, so preliminary information you need to know. We also understand that the local organizing committee of the 2024 Chan tournament in Kenya has banned noise-making items like whistles, vuvuzelas, megaphones, loudspeakers, as well as other categories of items from stadiums when the competition runs from August 2nd to 30th. Kenya is co-hosting the tournament along with organizers, along with Tanzania and Uganda. The 19-team tournament will be played at 5 different stadiums across the 3 countries, with Kenya hosting matches at the Moa International Sports Center, and of course the 18,000 capacity Nyayo National Stadium, both in Nairobi. The stadiums will host matches of Group A, and everything will follow suit. If the LOC of this competition is coming out to say that we're not going to allow YZ items at the stadiums, and I think this is what CAF would inculcate or tell countries who are hosting football tournaments, meet with the LOCs and saying, we do not, based on the complaints they would have gotten over time, they can now come out and say, we're not going to allow these items. We don't want you to allow these items into the stadium. And I think that will now cover, going forward, the use of lasers and every other thing, vuvuzelas, what have you, at stadiums. And so the security guys, or perhaps a mechanical or technological item in front or at every entry point into the stadium proper, and so that they can flag any of these items if you're trying to hide them and carry them into the stadium. And so we will definitely avoid all those lasers that we see are pointed on the faces of players of opposing teams against your, especially when they play against North African side, because it's not only at the WAFCON. We saw it at the 2022 WAFCON final. We also saw it on Saturday, but we also see clubs from North Africa who play in the Confederation Cup and the Champions League also do that as well. So CAF must really come out. We know that North Africa are really doing a lot for African football. They've been hosting majority of the championships from the youth level to the senior level. Morocco is hosting the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations, December, January. And yes, we know that, but that doesn't mean that CAF should allow them to do whatever they want. It is very, very important that they instruct LOCs to also ban lasers that can be used to distract opponents.
Yeah, Kufre, I completely agree with you. Rules are rules, and whatever the rules are, it must be for the benefit of the tournament and also for the safety, not just the players alone, but also for the fans as well. So when you see certain moves are laudable because it just to is to give this assurance of security. When the tournament commences. So I think it's a good move. I like the laser situation that you rightly highlighted. I think it's really good. If only CAF had made the move, I think we wouldn't have seen all of these things. Before now, you can see what they're doing in Kenya. They are going before time to prep people what should be taken into the stadium, what things that are prohibited that they wouldn't want the tournament. So this is how it should be, and not just having like what we saw at the WAFCON, the home team do what they did, not just with the Super Falcons. The Senegalese also complain. I was saying it off air with you that they complain as well using the laser, and it's not really a good one, not just for the player but also for the sport. The right move is for to ensure that certain rules are put in place, to avoid a lot of all these things and to stop things that will affect, that will put the competition, especially in Africa, in a negative light. And the overall objective should be how the competition should be better, as security, for the fans and also for the players should be prioritized, right? So anything that we, put the fans in harm's way should not be, tolerated or permitted.
All right, thank you so much, Jude. You're still listening to Champion Sport on Champion 97 FM. Tuesday's edition. We'll broadcast live from Akiode in Lagos State. Let's do other sports. We'll come back to football in a bit. In basketball, we saw the Tigers on duty yesterday against Mozambique. They almost lost that one. That would have been a shocker. Before that game, Uganda also staged a shocker beating Senegal in their own game. And Uganda, for now, have won 2 out of 2, and so they are through to the quarterfinals of the Women's Afrobasket, the FIBA Women's Afrobasket in Abidjan, Cote d'Ivoire. And yesterday, the D Tigers almost followed suit with their Senegalese counterparts, but they were able to come back and won that game 60-55 points against Mozambique. And so it's 2 wins out of 2 games for the defending champions of the FIBA Women's Afrobasket in Abidjan, Cote d'Ivoire, and they're also through to the quarterfinals. They will take on either Angola or Cameroon in the quarterfinals of the competition. This is wishing them the very best. If they can also go all the way to win a 5th straight FIBA Women's Afrobasket Championship, I expect same presidential reception for them. But let's not go ahead of ourselves. Let's allow them to get the job done in Abidjan, Cote d'Ivoire. Let's do Formula One. All right, Red Bull Racing will have Formula One superstar Max Verstappen for at least another season after team advisor Helmut Marko said that the 4-time defending Formula One champion would return to the team in 2026 despite reported interest from Mercedes. According to reports, an exit clause in Verstappen's Red Bull contract have allowed him to leave the team at year's end if he were 4th or lower in the championship standings at the Hungarian Grand Prix, which takes place this Sunday. Following the Belgian Grand Prix last Sunday, Verstappen will understand sits in 3rd place in the Formula One standings and far enough ahead of 4th place George Russell, who has 28 points, and he cannot be caught in Hungary. And so Max Verstappen will definitely return for Red Bull, all things being equal, in 2026. All things being equal in 2026. Okay, I think that much we can do in other sports. Let's get back to football. We also saw the English team, the 3 Lionesses of England, had their own event yesterday. And an interesting aspect of that was seeing the favorite artist of the manager of the English national team, Sarina Wigman.
Yeah.
Bonner Boy was contracted. He was brought onto the stage to specifically not just perform for the crowd and for the entire team, but for the coach of the women's national team, Sarina Wigman. Don't forget, the English FA is perhaps pulling all the stops to ensure that she's happy with them. Don't forget, before the final, they did say that no amount of money will make them allow her go to another club or country. And so she's going to be with Three Lions for the longest of times. And we saw them, going way and beyond to bring Bonner Boy onto the stage in a surprise arrangement to perform for Sarina Wigman. And we saw her dance to the tunes that Bonner Boy performed. We saw her sing along with the Nigerian superstar, and it was a delightful scene to watch.
Yeah, when you look at Sarina Wigman, she has been in 5 finals. So what the English FA are doing is just to show value, that the value are, like you said,
the best of the best.
Yeah, the best of the
coaching
best.
The national team.
When we talk about women's football, I think she's really a heavyweight.
Yeah.
She's a heavyweight. So when you have the best, you have to keep the best. Do everything to make her sweet, just to keep her sweet, and not to turn her head to start looking at other offers. I think just to let her know that where you are, we're appreciated and you're valued, and everyone would want to walk under that kind of condition, that kind of situation. So that's what it is with Sarina Wigman, and of course when you looking at how they won the tournament, it's a miracle. It's a miracle, because they played I think penalties from the quarterfinals, semifinals, and to the final. They didn't play in the semifinals, but they played extra time in these 3 games. So it tells you how they dragged themselves to that particular final and won it against Spain, who was everyone tipped to be the winner, because they were actually the best team in terms of performance, in terms of tactics, in terms of the way they approached the tournament from the get-go. But
and they came in as world champion and UEFA Nations League champions.
Exactly, and they did that against England as well, the Lionesses rather. So what Sarina had done is commendable, is laudable. And of course, seeing our very own Bonner Boy on the stage, and knowing that he's our favorite artist.
To think that a Dutch football manager will choose or will have a Nigerian Afrobeat sensation or superstar, world global superstar, her favorite artist.
The expression alone, when Bonner Boy was
came
introduced,
on stage,
like Bonner Boy,
really, she was surprised. How
Bonner
come?
Boy, Bonner, and she was singing
alongside,
holding him. They went down, waving to the fans, So it was a beautiful scene. It was a dreadful scene. After the hard work, they just need all of this time, just to cool off and release that moment. And I think that was what happened.
All right, 0906 2023 907, 0906 2024 907. Let's talk some transfers right now. And Jude, Sunderland, one of the teams promoted to the Premier League, they're back, and we're going to see the Stadium of Light host matches for Sunderland 2025-2026 season. And how did they get Granit Xhaka? I mean, this is a player that left the EPL, went to Germany, and now he's back, not even with one of the top 10, top 5, or top 7 teams, but with a team that was just recently promoted from the Championship to the Premiership. He's 32, so he's not that old. He still has a couple more years to give. And just recently, like 2 seasons ago, he won a title in one of the top 5 leagues in the world. And so a lot of reports have said that this has been a coup, a 20 million euros coup for Sunderland.
Yeah, great. There's something about Sunderland that I've been monitoring, especially their approach, in the summer, in the transfer market. I tell you that they will easily stay. What we saw last season, we saw the newly promoted team relegated. but I think for Sunderland they will stay because of their approach. Why? If you notice, most of their players now they are going for experience. They're buying experience. In Xhaka promises experience. It brings this stability, leadership to your team, and that is what you need to stay at that level before you can start advancing. And that is what Sunderland are doing. So their approach, most time these players they fall for projects. We don't know what must have been pushed to Xhaka, or the idea that must have been peddled to him and his team. That look, this is how the project is. This is where you come in, and how important a role you are going to play in this project.
Understand the owner of Sunderland had to go to Germany, ride with him in the private jet, back to England.
You get, and even Erin Ag at some point was not in agreement with the deal. But sometimes when you look at the bigger project, you just have to fall in love with it. Xhaka is aging, for God's sake, right? He's aging, but that is not to say that he won't give his best. He's an player. He has the EPL experience already with a top team like Arsenal. Performed even the move to Bayer Leverkusen was a shock to me because he was doing fantastically well at Arsenal. But now he's back in the EPL with a newly promoted team to give his experience, to push the team and to keep them, in the EPL in this coming campaign. So definitely, I think they'll be staying because of the transfer that they're doing.
Some weeks ago, we saw them bring in Simon Adingra, the Ivorian from Brighton. And so, like you said, they're bringing in experience and players with Premier League experience as well. So far, we know that they've spent 130 million euros this summer, more than some heavyweight teams in the English Premier League. This is I understand that Kylian Mbappe is going to is going to be the new number 10 at Real Madrid. That number was vacated by Luka Modric. Yeah, and so Mbappe seems to be getting everything at Real Madrid. He must show walk-ins next season. Walk-in, score goals, and ensure those goals win Real Madrid titles. Okay, what more can we give you? Let's tell you that Manchester United have made Oli Watkins and Benjamin Sesko their preferred targets as they continue their search for a new striker. United have explored a number of different options after missing out on Liam Delap, opted to join Chelsea from Ipswich Town following the completion of Brian Mbeumo's move from Brentford. Work to bring, of course, new number 9 to Old Trafford has stepped up. I mean, they've lost out on Hugo Ekitike, Victor Gyökeres. I mean, what's up with Manchester United and them getting their number 9?
Well, I think everything is down to money. It's down to money. United before this time, when they want you, they go for you and they get you. But as it is now, it's not the same at the club, especially with how financially incapacitated they are at the moment. So they're treading cautious with transfers. Watkins and Sesko. I think Sesko is going to cost a lot more from Port Leipzig. What they're doing, they're trying to use the market value now for all players, as a metric, on how they want to deal with United. But for Watkins, I also heard that Aston Villa are refusing to trade Watkins to United. So, and when you look at the transfer market, there are not too many strikers out there, that can fit the profile of Ruben Amorim. They can't. Obviously, they've lost out on Victor Gyökeres. They've lost out on Ugo TK. Victor Osimhen is gone. These are top profile strikers. They can't get any of these players. So you have to come down to this, and these also will cost you money. Do you have the money? You have to make sales. You have to sell players, and most of these players they are only to sell. The likes of Anthony is still there. Rashford went on loan, and thank goodness that Rashford, the boarding of the financial boarding is being taken away by Barcelona, and because of his thoughtfulness, also to go with a pay cut and all of these things. So Anthony is still at the club, and who else is there? Jadon Sancho. Negotiations today, negotiations tomorrow. So these things are what are tying United, and they can't make that big move in the market.
Okay, Alexander Isak, we don't know if he's going to stay at Newcastle United or will join the clubs being heavily linked with, talking about Liverpool. But what we understand is that he's gone missing from the Newcastle training ground since he pulled out of the Asian tour. He's been training alone at home, and his future, yes, as his future is decided elsewhere. The situation has now got to a point where the Swede has gone absent without leave. Absent without leave. That's the situation right now, trying to force a move out of Newcastle United. And so that is the current situation. Even the man of Newcastle United, Eddie Howe, has said that Isak's future at the club is not fully in his control as speculation surrounding his star striker continues to grow. Isak is open to a move away from Newcastle this summer with Liverpool favorites to sign the Sweden international. Last week, Isak was left out of Newcastle's squad for their preseason tour to Asia with a thigh injury. He also missed Newcastle's first friendly of the summer against Celtic, with outside speculation around his future at the club as a reason. We're not sure entirely where he is right now, but he's not available to Newcastle United's Asian tour, and he's not back to the club in England. And definitely his heart, mind, soul, path has left Newcastle United.
Yes, of course it has. When you look at the level, Liverpool coming for Isak is enough to turn his head, and his ambition to play for a club that is at Newcastle. And I understand Isak. Initially, just like the report that he had a thigh injury, there was also a counter report to that thigh injury was more,
facade.
Yeah, was facade, was just an excuse, just to cover up some things. And Isak, his mind is made up. I think at this point, if a player, is refusing to play for you at this level, especially like a player like Isak, who has been at the club for years and also delivered, seasons after seasons. Last season, I think only Salah bettered his goal scoring record, and I think it's time for them to just part ways, get a good deal for him, and he's refusing at this time to also go to Saudi. The lure of Saudi is not enough. He said he wants to play in Europe, and Liverpool is preferred, choice. And Liverpool, of course, they are open. They have the money now. They are the big spenders now. They have the money to spend. I think what is best for both Isak and Newcastle is that they part ways and shake hands.
Around in Germany,